I'm about to say something that most people won't like hearing. 99% of people will never become rich. Not because they're lazy, not because they're stupid, and not because they don't work hard enough. In fact, many of the hardest working people I know are still struggling financially. The real problem is that most people spend their entire lives following a path they never stop to question. Think about your life for a second. From the day you enter school, somebody else is already telling you what success looks like. Go to school, follow the rules, get good grades, pass your exams, pick the right subjects, get into a good college, get a degree, get a job, work for 40 years, retire. That's the plan. And almost everyone follows it. Now don't get me wrong, education isn't bad, jobs aren't bad, but if your goal is freedom, not just survival, you need to understand something. The system is very good at producing workers. It's not very good at teaching people how to build wealth. Most people spend nearly 20 years preparing for a job, but almost no time learning how money actually works. Nobody teaches them how to build assets. Nobody teaches them how to create income outside a paycheck. Nobody teaches them how to buy back their time. And then people wonder why they're stuck. And if you're someone who wants more freedom, more income, and more control over your life, hit subscribe. That's exactly what we talk about on this channel. Now let's see how this usually plays out. You finish school. You finish college. You finally get a job. You start earning money. Sounds great, right? But then life starts getting expensive. You need a better phone, a better car, a better apartment, then maybe marriage, then children, then school fees, then bigger bills, then more responsibilities. And slowly something happens. Taking risks becomes harder. Maybe you've always wanted to start a business. Maybe you've dreamed about working for yourself. Maybe you've wanted to build something bigger. But now people depend on you. You have bills to pay. So you tell yourself, I'll do it next year. Then next year becomes 5 years. 5 years becomes 10. And before you know it, you're still doing the same thing. Working harder, getting busier, but not necessarily getting closer to freedom. That's why people call it the rat race. You're always running, but somehow you're still in the same place. The scary part? Most people don't even realize they're in it, because everyone around them is running too. Now let's talk about money. Most people grow up believing there is only one way to make it. Study, get a degree, get a job, climb the ladder. That's it. But look around today. The world has changed. People build businesses from their bedrooms. People make money with skills. People freelance. People create content. People run online stores. People teach online. People sell digital products. People build software. People solve problems and get paid for it. The internet has created opportunities that previous generations never had. You don't need a fancy office. You don't need rich parents. You don't need millions of dollars. You just need a valuable skill and the courage to start. Now let's talk about a mistake that keeps a lot of people broke. They confuse being rich with looking rich. Those are not the same thing. Someone can drive an expensive car and still be drowning in debt. Someone can wear designer clothes and have almost nothing invested. Someone can look successful on Instagram while stressing about money every month. A lot of people spend years trying to impress people who aren't even paying attention. They buy things they don't need, with money they don't have, to impress people they don't even like, and that cycle never ends. Real wealth looks different. Real wealth gives you options. Real wealth gives you time. Real wealth gives you flexibility. Real wealth lets you sleep peacefully at night. That's why learning how to keep money matters just as much as learning how to earn it. Save money. Invest money. Learn about businesses. Learn about assets. Learn how money grows over time. You don't need to start big. You just need to start. Because every wealthy person started with their first investment, their first skill, their first business, their first step. But let's be honest. Money isn't everything. A lot of people spend their whole lives chasing money and forget why they wanted it in the first place. Your health matters. Your relationships matter. Your peace of mind matters. Because what is the point of becoming rich if you're constantly stressed? What's the point of having money if you never have time? What's the point of success if you can't enjoy your life? Build wealth. Absolutely. But don't sacrifice everything else along the way. Take care of your body. Spend time with your family. Build strong relationships. Create a life that feels good to live, not one you're constantly trying to escape from. At the end of the day, the people who break out of the rat race usually do one thing differently. They stop blindly following the crowd. They start asking questions, they learn skills, they take calculated risks, they think independently, and little by little, they build a life on their own terms. So let me leave you with this. 10 years from now, where do you see yourself? Doing the same thing? Living the same life? Having the same problems? Or do you want something different? Because the answer to that question will shape every decision you make from today onward. The rat race isn't escaped overnight. It's escaped one skill at a time, one lesson at a time, one investment at a time, one decision at a time. And eventually, those small decisions create a completely different life. And if you're thinking, okay, but how do I actually start a business if I don't have money? Then watch the next video. In that video, I break down powerful lessons from the book Rework and show you how people start businesses with little to no money. So click that video next. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel for more content on money, business, freedom, and building a life you actually want to live. I'll see you in the next one.